Division 4 Bond Duel takes on Cambridge at 6:35, and then Milwaukee Juno plays Regis to end the night. You can listen to every game live and free on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The best weekend of basketball continues today as the first round of the NCAA Tournament is underway, and 5-seed Wisconsin has their season come to an abrupt end at the hands of 12-seed High Point. The Badgers lost 83-82 as they fell late, and another year passes where Wisconsin will miss out on the second weekend of the NCAA Tournament. The reaction and analysis will continue next as the Badgers have their season come to an end. Up next on Jim, Matt, and Molly, which starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I have a feeling they're not going to get out of the 64.
You think they're going to lose the High Point?
I don't know. It's literally called March Madness for a reason. It is absolute madness. They're like stranger things have happened. It's just the fear of like they could lose. They're a 5-seed playing a 12-seed. When Wisconsin lost to James Madison, I know you guys said it was the perfect matchup for them to lose. Like, they lost, and they were a 5-seed, and James Madison was a 12-seed. So, yes, it could happen.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light at the Mountain Blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power in the Everlight Solar Studio alongside Molly Brown back in studio. And Matt Hamilton here as well. Molly rocking an Arizona sweatshirt.
Thank God. I'm just kidding.
And Matt Hamilton, I saw him earlier today with our friends at Revive, and you were rocking a Badger hat and a Ben Brust game-worn basketball jersey.
Yep.
Now it's just Iron Jock.
Yeah. No, I want.
Embarrassed by the W.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with my Badger attire right
Just
now.
wearing all black now.
Yep.
Funeral.
Morning.
Primetime Wallershine behind the glass, still in his Badgers gear.
Hanging on for dear life.
Badger jersey.
That's how I feel right now. Just stained in salsa and
stained.
sadness.
Not even queso?
Nope,
Gosh.
nope. Just red salsa stains and just tears, unfortunately.
Yeah. Tears do not get salsa out.
This is the most I've heard Ryan talk in the last, 2 hours since the Badgers lost. Feels like
Feels like 5 hours ago.
Honestly,
You've barely talked.
that's where I want to start. Ryan, you got to talk because we did a special.
He's so sad.
I know, but
Like, did he just get broken up with?
Kind of. I mean, when you got
Pretty
nothing
close.
else in your life and the Badgers
I thought we were going all the way. Honestly,
Well,
I thought
you're an
this
idiot for
was- I
thinking
thought
that,
this was
so-
like soulmates.
Goodness.
And then we never got off the ground on the first date.
It's almost like you're blind dating.
It is. It actually is, yes.
I was just going to say, we got an
Badgers,
insight
do you want to
into...
storm the Sweet 16 with me? No, I think I'll wait.
Yeah. Ryan's like, we're going all the way, and Badger's like, I'm going to hold your hand.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
I think we should be friends.
Who wants to be friends? I got enough friends. That's what Ryan says.
Yeah.
All right, so
I want a Sweet 16 is what I want.
Easy.
get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carbus Talking text line. This is more. You can just call in right now and bucket dump on the Badgers. You absolutely can do that. But I want to get Ryan's thoughts first because me, Molly, and Riley Yauk did a jump around digital exclusive that will be up on ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube streams where Riley was the star. He was riled. He was angry. He was sad. He was all the emotions, Molly. Riley was fantastic on that.
He was just as depressed as Ryan, I think, but like he was actually like talking and giving just showing his emotion where Ryan just like sad
verbalize
boy.
it?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect way to say it. Yeah.
So, Ryan?
I just feel hungover. Like I just feel hungover.
You look
from
hungover.
Yeah, I feel hungover from the loss. It's been an hour and 20 minutes or whatever already. it's settling in and the numbness is here. Like, this is just another Badgers disappointment, not even making it to the round of 32, much less not making it to the second weekend, not making it to the second game of the NCAA tournament. Like, you hear it in the open. Molly talking about how the Badgers lost to James Madison, 5 versus 12 seed 2 years ago with the AJ Store team. That was absolutely disappointing. I watched that game at a bar in Madison from 9:30 till 12:30 in the morning, however long that game took. It felt like it took 7 hours.
Yeah.
This game flew by, unfortunately, because it was just an absolute roller coaster. So at least it was a quick death for the Badgers this time around. But 2 years ago, I expected it. I thought that was coming. I fell asleep during
That was a
game.
murder, though,
Yes,
right?
it was.
Yeah.
That game was an absolute drubbing. This game
was a Ryan.
This game was a back and forth. Game was Nick Boyd not finishing when he had finished all season long. The Badgers making the mistakes that they didn't overcome this time. The John Blackwell stepping out of bounds on the tied up ball in the second half is going to live in my memory for eons, for the rest of my life. And yes, Chris Chioza, meet Cam Johnston, or whatever the heck his name is, number 99 from High Point, who hits Johnston, whatever.
Even worse.
Cool.
Which his one field goal that was not a three-pointer.
2-point field goal.
Yeah, 1 2-point field goal that was
of
not a
the
three.
season for him.
Of the
Insane.
season
Chase
was
Johnston.
Chase Johnston.
a wide open layup where he looked incredibly nervous. In fact, you can even see the ball move for a second as he transitions it up from his waist to this upper body. It like bobbles for a second.
And Andrew Rohde running like a baby deer behind him, trying to catch up as much as he possibly could.
Because
all in vain.
Johnston
Dude had a
ain't
wide
quick.
open lane.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, Rohde's credit, he closed the
He
gap.
tried.
And look, that's all you can ask for because, again, Johnston, like, he looked very uncomfortable shooting a layup. He looks far more comfortable shooting three-pointers.
You know where he looked comfortable? Shooting it from the logo like he
Yes,
was,
yes.
where he's just off balance, chucking stuff up in the air. Like I
Off
said.
the sideline. Off
Yeah.
balance. He was
Exactly.
like falling out of bounds.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
those were the second and third times that happened for High Point in this game. It was the upset we all should have expected, and that Molly was the only one who saw coming, of course.
So I want to ask this question. Is this the most disappointing loss in the Greg Gard era?
It has to be because this team had the most expectations out of any of the other teams. That AJ Store team, we knew they lost gas going into the tournament. Last year, I mean, I don't think
I don't even remember last year.
Exactly. Once again, it's numb.
Sanjay,
It's
that was to
numbness.
BYU, right?
Yes, going into that BYU game, I think we all kind of saw that one coming. It was an
They were
unlucky-
there at the end.
They
but
were there.
Yeah.
Tanjay had an incredible performance.
Yep.
But you watched that game from start to finish, and they didn't look like they belonged.
Johnny Davis years,
Yeah,
like when they lost
wasn't
to
that
Iowa
sto-
State.
When
They
they
almost
lost to
lost
Iowa
to Colgate,
State,
and then
yes.
they lost to Iowa State
They
the
went
next
into
round.
that one hobbled too.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
That was
that's what made
disappointing.
it feel okay is because, in the last game of the Big Ten tournament for the Badgers, Johnny Davis got injured.
All the other years, it felt
I was like, I can. He was their team, and if he's down, then this.
Didn't Chucky get hurt a little bit in the Iowa
Chucky
State
got
game?
hurt
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
in the game as well. But all the other years,
forgot about
all
Chucky
the other
ever.
years, it felt like the Badgers peaked way too early in the middle of the season, and that you knew that they were on the come down going into the tournament. This was the one it felt like they actually had it rolling going into the Big Ten tournament. That win against Illinois just less than a week ago, when we were sitting in the Everlight Solar Studio watching that game, and then the game against Michigan where they damn near pulled that one out too. If it wasn't for the double Yaxel hitting the three-pointer. And who knows, maybe Wisconsin wins that game and they don't play High Point in the first round. Who knows? That all the sliding doors of what could have happened, there was so many of them in the game. There's so many of them in the lead-up. Yes, it's the most disappointing that I can remember. Honestly, since Chris Chioza in that Florida game, and at least that game was in the Elite Eight, this was the round of 64. I mean,
I'm not laughing, you guys. Okay, in our bracket, I filled out our bracket for our show because we're doing our fun little bracket competition here. Ryan doesn't even care about it anymore because his life is over.
tournament's done.
Which is such a horrible mentality to have. That's why I'm glad I'm not like a huge Badger basketball fan because it's like March Madness is still so fun.
As
I
she
get it.
wears the Arizona crew neck today.
So, like,
Okay, but can I tell you the reason I wore this is because I am at a conference all day tomorrow, so I am not going to be on the show. I'm not going to be at work. Arizona plays tomorrow, and honestly, I don't have any cool Wisconsin gear like you guys do. So I need to get more Wisconsin gear, number one. And number two, Arizona's probably going to lose in the round of 64 too, just because I wore this sweatshirt. So if we want to put that out there. Apparently, I manifest.
yeah,
this.
you're trying to jinx
and I
two
have them
teams
going
now.
all the way to the finals.
You're
so.
going to a pretty cool conference that I think people will be jealous that you're going to. But I get it. And honestly, in this scenario, I am closer to Molly than Prime and Riley. Like, I wanted the Badgers to win, mainly because I wanted to be right. I'm not devastated that they're out. I'm disappointed. Like, oh, that sucks. Like, I wanted to see more Nick Boyd and Blackwell. I wanted to see more of this team, but I didn't think this team was going to be going anywhere super far. And for me, I'm going to just kind of root for my bracket. That's kind of where I've just evolved to over the years. I'm just less into the Badgers specifically.
Are you numb to the Badgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sweet 16 is a decade at best. Now it'll be a decade since they make the Sweet 16. Before we get to Matt, though, Molly, you're ditching us tomorrow.
I am. I'll be in Oshkosh because I'm going to Her Day, which is tomorrow, March 20th, at the Oshkosh Arena, and it's a completely free event designed to empower, inspire, and connect women from all walks of life. We're talking powerful speakers, breakout sessions, and real conversations about growth personally and professionally. And this year, I'm honored to be a part of the panel, and I would love for you to join us. You can reserve your free spot today at weempowerher.org. That's weempowerher.org, and come be a part of something truly impactful at Her Day.
Matt, sorry.
Sorry, no, Matt, go ahead.
I'm devastated by this. And I didn't think I would be because I wasn't super invested in this team all season. Mm-hmm. You know, like my classic box score hero guy. But I watched the last game of the season against Purdue. I started getting into it during the Big Ten championship. And I had high hopes. They were a fun team to watch, especially after that Purdue game. Like, these guys put up threes. Our backcourt is one of the best that I've seen in a long time for the Badgers. And they're like, oh, High Point's got a 3-point star. Like, look out. I'm like, we've got 3-point stars. Like, I am not concerned. And they just couldn't put them away. They had the leads. And Ryan was like back and forth. I'm like, High Point had the lead 3 times. Like, almost at no point in the first half. They got it a couple times, or once in the second half, and then right at the end, the very last moment of the game. The Badgers had that game 90% of the time. They had them at almost an arm's length, 5 to 10 points, and it was a letdown.
Letdown, I agree with.
Like, they had it and they choked it away. Is how I feel about it.
I'm disappointed. I feel differently. Like, they let High Point hang around, and that's how you lose.
They
these
should have put
games.
him away.
Yes, and that's how you lose these games. Is that High Point? Look, early in the first half, they had a point to take the lead. They missed the shot. They were there. There was a good chance the Badgers were going to go down at halftime, but High Point missed their shot. And then late in the game, they were trading baskets, and the Badgers couldn't defend anyone to save their lives as Nick Boyd made 3 straight layups.
There's so many shots he's going to want back in this game, too. There's
Right,
so many
but in that
he
stuff,
missed.
and we can get on Nick Boyd, but he made 3
I'm not
straight,
trying to get on
yeah.
him. I'm just saying, like, when you look at, like, the architecture of an upset, like, there's so many of those, so many opportunities they had that they didn't take advantage of. He was awesome down the stretch, but there's a reason that High Point was able to hang around.
And Blackwell disappeared in the second half. He was great in the first half, and it was just a lot of things. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, and disappointing is the word. All right, so we're going to do this, and then we'll throw out our signing limited poll question and go to break here. Molly, you're the quickest on the spot, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. Give me one word to describe your feelings about this Badger basketball season after today.
I'm trying to think of the word. Okay, go for it, Matt.
Underwhelming.
Okay. You're underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed.
Capped.
Capped? Okay.
Yeah.
No cap.
This team, this program is capped where they're at.
Like plateaued?
Yeah.
Okay.
Numb.
Numb.
Just used to it now. They don't get to the Sweet 16 ever.
Deja vu?
Pretty much.
How old were you when they last made it? 2017.
2017.
10 years ago, essentially.
Yeah. I mean,
14? You couldn't even drive.
I would have been probably 17 at the time. Would have been like junior year of high school.
Yeah, that's
not
where we're
even
at.
old enough to enjoy a beer while you watch your team get into the Sweet 16.
I watched that game, that Florida game in the Elite Eight. I watched that in a hotel with my parents. Like, I was still staying with them when we were on like a family trip for spring break or something. I mean, that's the phase of life I was in.
Yeah.
What's your word?
Deja vu. This is over and over and over again.
Groundhog Day.
Right. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talk text line. List is more. So our signing name on the poll question is which of these words. You can chime in on your own as well on the talking text line, but we'll put out these 4 words. We had capped, underwhelmed. What was yours, Ryan?
Numb.
Numb and deja vu. That's where we're at for the Wisconsin Badgers. Pick one of those words. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I think, when they got to the NFC Championship games, they had buys.
1 seeds?
Yeah, they were buys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Semantics.
Facts sometimes get you. No, those are facts.
No, it's a technical fact.
Take that for
Semantical
that.
facts.
All right, I'm not going to do it. Technical fact? You mean facts?
Yes.
All right, let's go to Brett
Technically,
Madison.
you're right.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
With me is Sarah Pavlik, business manager at LSM Chiropractic. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems.
In a world where everybody's just a number and everybody's so busy being busy, they make you feel important, and I'm sure they have a lot of things going on.
One thing James Imaging Systems has going on is providing their clients with business technology expertise to get better work done and more value out of every dollar.
Absolutely. I cannot put a price or just a word on the value we've saved in every which direction. My time, again, the company has saved money as well.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and unmatched business technology expertise. Right, Sarah?
Correct. Yes. It's nice to reflect back and say we have a partner, not just a vendor.
James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
I worried that I couldn't work a full-time job and still have time for college. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I found my stride. My classes are flexible and hands-on, and I walk on campus feeling inspired. My advice to others? Make your dreams a reality. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
What's up, everybody? March 27th, go get your tickets. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be me, Finance Antetokounmpo, my co-host, Tony C, and Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair. It's going to be nice. It's going to be dope. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be an experience, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It's basically a party/podcast.
Yeah, we're throwing a party at the Riverside, March 27th, TALiveshow.com. Who's the guest again? Can I get a woo? Woo! With Ric Flair. Can't wait.
See you guys.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Get your team together. Softball is back for 2026. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Registration for Madison School and Community Recreation's Adult Summer Softball Leagues is now open. Men's, women's, and all-gender slow pitch and women's fast pitch leagues are forming now for the summer season. MSCR Softball Leagues offer fun for every level of player and welcome all participants. Spend your summer evenings with us on the Ball Diamond. For more information and to register, go to mscrsportsleagues.org. That's mscrsportsleagues.org.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
If you're in the market for a new car, I want to tell you about a place that I genuinely trust, and that is Metro Kia of Madison. I know buying a car can feel overwhelming, but when I went to Metro Kia looking for a vehicle to fit my family of 7, it just felt different. There was no pressure, no runaround, and it was just great people who actually listened to what I wanted, what I needed, and what my budget was. So whether you're looking for a reliable daily driver, something great on gas like my Kia K4, or a safe ride for your family like my Kia Carnival, they make the whole process easy and comfortable. So again, if you're thinking about buying a new Kia, start with a team that I trust, and that is Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer.
Metro Kia of Madison, oi.
Maybe that should have been my word for Badger basketball. Oi!
Oi, oi, oi.
Unbelievable. Well, that's not the word we have out there. I want to share this. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton with you. Primetime Orshawn behind the glass. Greg Gard against 12 seeds in March Madness 2019. They lost 72-54 to Oregon. Oregon, my bad. And then they lost.
Might have lost to Oregon High School, too.
Yeah,
You live on Oregon, Jim.
What's that? Yeah, I know.
You live in
Doxing
Oregon.
him. Jiminy Christmas.
2024, they lose to James Madison 72-61, and then this year 83-82 High Point. So they're getting closer.
So we're better off being a 6 seed than a 5 seed because we just can't beat 12.
That's funny because I remember somebody texting in the other day saying that 6 seeds lose more often to 11 seeds than 5s due to 12s, but yet Wisconsin 5 seed not great for them, huh? Maybe can I get a Molly was right, like literally.
Molly was right.
Thank you.
I thought we had like a liner. Yeah.
No, we should get one. That should be the liner. That is going to be the liner moving forward.
Yeah,
okay,
with
thank
all
you.
of my enthusiasm, I threw into that one.
Exactly.
I can give you a better one. Molly was right.
Kind of like the other one better, if I'm being honest. Molly was right. Thank you. You sound like my husband, actually. We do have a lot of texts coming in on the Carbos Talking text line. List is more 844-770-3776. That's your way into the show. Adam in Mount Horeb says, "Welp, on to baseball. I hate that I was right." The Adam in Madison says, "It wouldn't be so bad if it was to somebody we've heard of before Monday." True.
Mm-hmm.
Chris from Manitowish Waters says, "Woof." Adam in Mount Horeb again says expected, and then JJ in Poinet says it's Groundhog Day. The Badgers saw their shadow, and 3 more years of no Sweet 16. Maybe 9 more years. I added the 9 more years. I'm just saying, if we're saying that they saw their shadow, that's
isn't it like 6 weeks of more winter? So it should be like 6 years, maybe, or something.
I don't know, maybe 16 years for Sweet 16.
So we're asking you what one word. You can use your own word as well, which people have chimed in on. What one word would you describe how you're feeling right now? We did put out a Saturday Limited poll question with this options of deja vu, numb. We had
I don't really like my
underwhelmed,
word, but it's fine.
And your word was
Capped, just because I'm talking about the program.
Yes, which I think plateaued, capped. That's kind of the way we looked at it there. So those are some options as the Badgers lost to High Point today. And it's a low point for Badger basketball right now. Where do we look at this program under Greg Gard? Because we did also ask the question, and you can chime in on it. Is this the most disappointing loss in the Greg Gard era? And as I see right now, the Badgers are going to be probably the biggest. There's plenty of ball left to be played, but at least in this first part, they are the biggest upset in this tournament, and I wouldn't put it past them being the biggest upset overall in the tournament. Like the 12 versus 5 might be the biggest seed flip out there.
There was a minute there where we thought it was going to be number 1 Duke against Siena. And
but Duke ended up winning by like 6 or 7.
It was going to make me feel a lot better had Duke lost.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest.
For sure, yeah. Absolutely. But, again, nowadays, like NIL, like I feel like there's probably guys in Siena that couldn't make the bench on Duke. So I figured at some point they were going to prevail.
Right.
We're getting a lot of texts on the Jiminy Christmas on the YouTube stream, comments on the YouTube stream. Remember, you can always stream us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Jason says, if you are a Badgers fan who is realistic, you are not at all shocked. If this was a Bo Ryan team, yes, I would be shocked. This is Greg Gard, and everything he's always been hangs his hat on nothing. Again, that is Jason saying that. That is not me saying that about Greg Gard. Greg Gard is way too nice to say that about from me. And then Winter on the YouTube stream says, facts about High Point. Ryan, I actually do want you to verify this because I am curious. He says all but 2 of their players came through the portal. They spent $4 million this year. They're all upperclassmen from D1 established programs. They are not a mid-major. Is that true?
I mean, that's kind of how most mid-majors are built nowadays, though. That's how a lot of teams in college basketball are built.
So what does Wisconsin make? Spend?
What do
do they spend more than $4 million?
How are they not transfers, but they're not like they're all D1 players. Like
He said they are upperclassmen from D1 established programs who transferred to High Point.
But he said there's only 2 transfers in the same
all
sentence.
but 2 transfers, I believe he
all
said.
but 2.
Yes.
Burnt Brat, interesting name, says, who wants to go to Wisconsin? No one really. And Daniel says, this is a ceiling that you will get with Greg Gard. He can go to another program and can have success, but this is the ceiling for Wisconsin men's basketball until something changes.
So-
and I think that's in alignment with my word, for what it's worth.
Now, are we... This might get some flack. Are we being tough on Greg Gard? Like, the guy has... like, before this, going into this, we were all pretty stoked about this team. They overachieved, in my opinion. They got some marquee wins. Obviously, you're going to have some clunkers here and there, but like...
You mean overachieved until the tournament?
Yeah, before the tournament, before today, they were overachieving. And honestly, with the way NIL goes, and we saw how it affected our football team, Greg Gard got into the portal. He brought in players. Like, are we more capped by NIL in Wisconsin? Or are we more, do you really think it's Greg Gard? Because we've brought in guys. We've had players. We've taken swings and had good teams that are falling short. Maybe Greg Gard might not be the best in a tournament setting, but as far as regular season goes under Greg Gard, he's been pretty consistent. And that consistency has been on the top half or the top third of the Big Ten.
Tell me you're a Packer fan without telling me you're a Packer fan. Like, hey, we're just consistently having a good regular season. But no, I want to ask you this, Matt, and I mean this earnestly because I talked about it with Molly earlier. And this is why it matters, especially for Badger basketball. You win, you make more money. You said it earlier. Say it again. When did you start paying attention to Badger basketball this year?
Late in the season, for this.
When
Purdue.
and when do you pay attention every year for Badger basketball?
For basically about Big Ten tournament time.
Molly?
Because it's leading into March Madness, which is the only part of college basketball I care about.
I used to be a lot better about caring about college basketball. I used to be tuned in all the time, right? I think this year I watched the final 2 minutes against Michigan earlier this year at Michigan. And then I watched the 2 Big Ten games. Actually, I didn't even watch the first one. I watched the second one against Illinois when it went into overtime. And then I watched today. Genuinely, that is as much as I am watching because it does not matter until March Madness.
Yes, I watch the Badgers if I watch anything, and I'll listen to them. But otherwise, I watched half of the Michigan State game a couple Saturdays, not even in the tournament, just because it was on. And that's about it. And so my point is, Matt, you're all the norm.
Right.
And so we're not hard on Greg Gard because nobody gives a crap about the regular season. When you're talking about the actual fan base for people who watch college basketball, nobody cares about the regular season. And so when it matters, he doesn't show up. At least with the Packers, you care about the regular season too.
Right.
And the Brewers as well. But honestly, isn't the Twitter account college basketball sickos? I know it's college football sickos, but like you're a sicko if you're watching all the college basketball games and all the Badger games all the way through. You're a rarity. Most fans are like the two of you and most of our listeners. You're picking it up sometime mid-March. And he fails every time when it matters.
Yeah, and he's had teams like that team that did go to the Sweet 16. That was a Bo Ryan assembled team. The last time that he made it. And then since then, and I don't want to say exclusively because of the people he brings in, because I do think he's brought in some really good players. I don't know what it is about March that makes him nervous or can he not calm his players down? Like, do the players feel the same nerves?
Don't the players have to do that themselves too? I mean, we got to look internally at the roster.
They're 25 years old. Like, if they can't control themselves and they've been playing basketball for 20 years, you have a problem. You should not be playing basketball.
I would say it's the players, but there's new players every year now.
And most of them come in as those established upperclassmen who should have
it's got to come from the top down.
So here's the question. What is the difference between Wisconsin and Duke? What is the difference between the two programs?
Money and massive talent gap.
And prestige.
Yeah. And they've been there.
Like blue blood. That's if you're a college basketball player, that's
you want to
the
go
dream.
there, you want to go to Kentucky, you want to go to North Carolina, all those, right?
Yeah.
But like for Wisconsin, so how do they get better? They just need more money? Is this the same thing that the football team is doing?
Unfortunately,
you need more money?
Because to Molly's point, Duke, the NIL is in theory leveled the playing field. as someone wanted, I don't know what you're trying to justify the loss to High Point. It still sucks, the person who timed in about the money they're paying. If High Point can do that, the Badgers better be doing 4x that. And
the Badgers paid Nick Boyd a lot of money, I guarantee it.
Yes, but I'm just pointing out
We don't
that
know how much, though?
A lot.
Definitely a lot. And they could have paid other people more money, and someone might have not gone to Duke.
They paid John Blackwell to stay as well.
I'm not saying they're cheap, but the great equalizer is you could pay more. There's always a number for every player. I'm not saying the Badgers should do that, but the point of NIL, in theory, would be the Badgers can cut a bigger check. And I'm not saying they need to or they should.
Is that the Badgers or is that the fan base who's cutting those checks, by the way? Because where does the NIL usually come from? If
now
not from,
we are because taxes.
Yes.
Well, exactly.
Great.
Exactly, but that's part of it, too. Like, if we're talking about the teams and the schools who spend a lot of money on this, like, it's the alumni base who's funding that.
Right.
Duke's alumni base has got a lot of money, and they care about basketball.
And then there's this other part of it, though, that there is a arm of these schools that maybe are more adept at handling raising funds away from the alumni in the NIL that could execute NIL things and could make people want to be a part of NIL and spend more money in NIL, and then you could get more money in NIL. Like, everything in life, like if you looked at NIL as a sales team, then there are discrepancies. You can have a really good sales team that could do the right marketing, the right amount of dollars. And I'm not saying to the players, I'm saying to the businesses in Madison to get them to want to spend more money. And then you'd have even more money than the alumni could give you. So all things are not equal. I'm not going to speak directly to how the Badgers handle their NIL, but I would imagine that certain teams like a Duke, not only do they have all the money, they probably have the best people out there raising more and more money for them.
Well, it's probably easier to raise money because you are a blue blood. Like, I don't want to be negative, but those blue bloods have an advantage going into
They
NIL.
always have. But
Well,
they
they always
advantage
have
before.
because they wanted to, like players wanted to play there. Now, in addition to players wanting to play there, the whole culture of that area is basketball, right? Like,
Yeah, but what is Wisconsin's culture? It ain't football.
well, that's
it ain't
kind of the
basketball.
problem is we might be spread a little too thin.
Well, again,
What like a lot
Spread
of
too
these
thin, and they don't know how to properly allocate the
because
resources.
Ohio
to
State
this area.
dominates at football and got as far as the Badgers did in basketball. So you're not spread that thin.
Ohio State, unfortunately, invests more money than the Badgers.
Is that
That's
Duke?
a culture thing. That's probably because Ohio State fans are like the people that have the money that are willing to donate for it are more loose with their wallets.
I don't think any school is outspending Duke in NIL for basketball.
You could get closer.
You can get closer, and the Badgers have to. But we started this conversation talking about Greg Gard and how much blame he deserves. He deserves a heck of a lot of blame for keeping this program modern and relevant, too. Look at what we've seen in football with Luke Fickell, where it feels like they are just eons
You
behind.
mean credit?
Credit, yes. He deserves credit for what he's done to reshape this program, make it a transfer portal friendly place, make it a Gard offensive friendly program.
He's been
again.
able to bring in key players
Yes.
every year.
Nick Boyd
I
is
think
an-
that's something. There's
is an-
something to be said for that.
Is an incredible land in the transfer portal. So is John Tonje. Keeping John Blackwell and being someone who they develop, maintain him in their program, and develop him into the player he is today, where he was awesome in this game. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, but still, like Greg Gard, I know you're saying that he hasn't, lived up to expectations since 2017, and I was complaining about it too. But at the same time, like, this man has done more than we could ever expect for a modern college basketball
This
program.
man.
Yes.
So
he deserves the credit.
That's where I'm getting to. I was just playing devil's advocate on the idea that why is everyone upset? Because when they tune in, it's March. We got to lower expectations.
And, or we got to start tuning in before March and start caring before March.
Okay, but what is that going to do if I'm like, okay, is that like some superstitious thing if I start watching in
but
February
the
or
point
January?
Is, my point is we're talking about Duke and all the funds and the resources they have because their fans care from the start of the season till the end.
I think they also probably have a better behind-the-scenes NIL
for 100%
crew
100%.
to get money.
Don't get me wrong, but the demands to make sure that happens comes from the fan base as well, and it leads to the dedication and being invested year round.
Here's where the Badgers.
I'm not saying that Badger fans aren't doing enough, but if we're talking about holding them to the account, then we also need to say that, hey, if we're not going to be the ones there investing and paying attention
how can you hold Wisconsin accountable when you got a football team that can't make it to a damn bowl game and you have Chris McIntosh, their athletic director, coming out defending it? Like, what do you think he's going to do about Greg Gard? Greg Gard is still doing the bare minimum of making it to the tournament. The Badgers aren't in the NIT. They're doing the bare minimum. So, yeah, Chris McIntosh is probably going to come out and say that this team is great, Greg Gard is great, and everything, blah, blah, blah.
I would agree, honestly. Well, I think what they've done, the fact that they are staying as relevant as they are without the resources and without the investment that they probably deserve to be getting is really impressive to me.
Yes. Go ask McIntosh if he wants to fire a moderately successful coach to replace him with someone else. Let's see how that works.
Ryan, the psychedelic advisor on the Carbless Suck and text line, says, Greg Gard is a great coach. He might just be the victim of timing and circumstance. While JJ and Poinette says, this is what Jim has said in the past. We're not likely to keep any better coach than Greg Gard long term.
Yeah,
but also,
100%.
if you get into a Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight and beyond for 1 year, aren't Badger fans going to be a hell of a lot happier than they are right now?
And that's all I wanted this year, truly. I just wanted to just make the Sweet 16. I didn't think they'd get there because I thought the next game against Arkansas
I picked them to lose in the next
round. I did too. And especially watching Arkansas today, I feel probably just as confident saying that again today. But unfortunately, just making it to the Sweet 16 is all we needed for this team. They just needed to win 2 games.
And so with this team, it goes back to my overall point in general, and I've had to lower my expectations even more. There was a hot minute we thought, well, maybe we can compete for national titles when we had the Made 'em Believe teams and we had all that. And then NIL came, and Bo Ryan retired, and NIL came, and it just was like it wasn't going to work. But I always maintained I thought we could have the Bo Ryan standard, which to me the Bo Ryan standard was he always won 20 games at least. He always finished in the top 3 in the Big Ten. He more often than not made the Sweet 16, almost never lost in the first game. I think one time he lost the first game of the NCAA tournament. Had won 30 games a few times, won the Big Ten a few times. And, it's that sort of, and people at that point, the knock on Bo Ryan was he couldn't get past the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought we could get back to. Now I don't blame Greg Gard for this. I'm just lowering my expectations. So I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in Badger basketball.
Who would have thought that Wisconsin athletics would be the victim of NIL? Genuinely.
I mean,
it's a
I
different
didn't
world
think
now.
that
Who
they
knows?
were going to be able to, compete with, Duke and Kentucky in basketball, or maybe compete with, Alabama and Ohio State in football. But I thought we'd be one of those teams that were going to be, we're Wisconsin. We're good at basketball. We're good at football.
You thought NIL was going to benefit the Badgers.
Yeah, I thought we'd at least,
Yes.
stay where we were at. We're a top 3-4 team in our conference. We have good players, and our fundamental, the way we play, we play smash mouth football, and we're gonna wear you down, and you might beat us, but you're gonna get beat up doing it. And the basketball, we had solid defense and smart shots. That was the Bo Ryan move.
It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I think I've listened and watched this show long enough to know that Molly's mind is just always in the gutter. It doesn't matter what.
Mine!
Yeah, Molly.
Jim says something, and Molly's eyebrows just go up. She's looking for a giggle.
I'm a bottom up. You're not wrong.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Spring is here, and living with your old, drafty, foggy, dirty, hard-to-open, bad windows is no longer an option. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Visit sidingunlimited.com today.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Olivia Chelavold from Middleton High School. Liv, how you doing?
Great, thanks for having me on.
A distance runner. Okay,
Yes.
A little history here. Your dad was a longtime coach at Madison Memorial.
Yep.
It's a rivalry of Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
When is the first time you remember running? Is it as soon as you could walk?
Yes, I
you were
grew
running?
up around it. My dad was a coach for 17 years, so I grew up watching those girls and really wanted to join the sport.
Now you're going to get to be a Badger. I'm sure Mom and Dad are happy to have you close to home,
Yes,
right?
definitely. Yeah, I grew up around the Madison area, and I got to watch the Zimmer, the Nutty come invite every year, and I think that community has really stuck out to me, and I'm really excited to become a part of it and be around those like-minded people and be able to run with everyone.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
I'm Matt Hamilton.
And I'm his lookalike. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
If you're looking for an energy drink that supports your wellness goals, ZOA Energy is your answer. It's packed with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants for a clean, focused boost without the jitters. It's also vegan, gluten-free, and it comes in a variety of bold flavor. Today I had the orange flavor. I gave up my lemon lime for today, but the lemon lime one is so good. And I have my ZOA Energy water bottle, which is exciting too. But you can head over to zoaenergy.com to find where you can pick some up today.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Primetime Laura Shine behind the glass. You can get into the show. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talk text line. List is more. We have the question out there, our side of them on a poll question. What best describes your feelings about the Badgers after today's upset in the NCAA Tournament? Right now, Deja Vu in the lead at 49% and Numb at 46%. So that's the majority of the votes there. I want to add another side of the limited poll question that we touched on earlier, and Ryan probably can provide some good context into this as well, but I think this is probably the most disappointing loss in the Greg Gard era.
Well, what are the other ones you guys would think? I think the James Madison one, obviously.
Those 12 ones I gave you earlier, I'll bring them back here. So.
I'm trying to think of other ones.
So Ryan shared this with us.
That loss to Iowa State when the Badgers were a 3 seed with Johnny Davis and Chucky Hepburn. I believe that Iowa State was a 14. No, that would have been 3-14 first-round matchup. That Iowa State team was far below them when they lost in Milwaukee at Pfizer.
Yeah, that was a disappointing one. That could be in the mix.
I remember watching that one at W with like 300 Badger fans around me, and that was my senior year of college. That one was devastating.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just remember Johnny Davis being like the guy.
I remember me and my friends, like I had 2 friends who were actually on the Spirit Squad, funny enough. One was a cheerleader, one was a mascot. And they were both just like planning their trips to the Sweet 16, being like, I'm so excited for this.
And did you tell them that they jinxed it?
No, I think because I jinxed it too. I fully believe that they were going to go far too. I thought that Johnny Davis was going to carry them on his shoulders. And I thought John Blackwell and Nick Boyd were going to do it this year too, or at least carry them to the second round once again. I mean, losing in the round of 32 is tough, especially when you lose against a really good team. And if they had lost this year in the round of 32, I would have been able to stomach that. This one, given the expectations, like this is a team that should be going back to the Sweet 16. That makes this one extremely disappointing. I struggle to find another one, Jim, that is more disappointing.
So I have some written. I just kind of used the ChatGPT for it. So
because there's James Madison 2 years ago.
Well, here's what they got. 2020. The number one was, and this is before today.
Saying it isn't updated yet? Come on, ChatGPT, catch up.
2022 versus Iowa State, which you talked about, number 3 seed losing to an 11 seed, and then. Basically, the Johnny Davis era ends flat. 2021 versus Baylor, round of 32, mainly because the Badgers were run off the floor and it was a team of veterans. So does that one resonate?
Yeah, but Baylor was a 1 seed and we were a 9 seed.
Right. It was, again, like I said, it wasn't the fact you lost to Baylor. It's just that you had vets and you were just embarrassed.
Yeah, lost by 13.
2017 versus Florida. Now, that's the one where that's a different kind of disappointment because you had the showy hit the big shot, did the belt, and then Florida gets the
that was an incredible
not
game.
quite half court shot to beat them. So that's
logo
more of like
shot.
That one's a little bit more.
You had reached the point of you got as far as you should have got.
Right, but the reason why that would be just I would use the word heartbreaking for that because that was more of you thought you were going on
because you were that close.
You already took out the 1 seed in your.
Yeah. You thought you were going to Elite 8.
Yeah, this year, I don't think we were going to beat the 1 seed. The team on Molly's crew neck today, Arizona, who is in our region, I don't think
Arizona's going to lose to Arkansas.
They're going to lose to Arkansas now?
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas is only up 11 points to Hawaii.
Yeah, they're now up 13. Arkansas is a really good team, and Wisconsin was going to struggle against them too in the next round.
I wouldn't be surprised if U of A loses. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they haven't been great in the tournament lately either.
But still, at this point, this Badgers team, they should have at least had an opportunity to beat Arizona too. They should have really had a chance, especially against Arkansas. That game against Arkansas was going to be awesome.
Somebody for Arkansas just got hurt. Is that your guy? Number 1.
I'm not sure.
Come on.
Okay, Molly,
He's the superstar.
I'm not focused on Arkansas right now,
Well,
Molly.
you should
I'm talking
be,
about the Badgers.
because you know what? You shouldn't be focused on the Badgers because they're not in anymore.
I want to just put this out as a second poll question. I think we can use the JMU that's on this list as well. So 2024, JMU lost in the round of 64.
You got to do 2019.
Today's loss against High Point, round of 64. And then we got to do the 2022 Iowa State one as well. And then what are we thinking for the last
Oregon,
one?
2019.
Is that
they were a 12 seed, we were a 5, and we got pounded.
I don't remember.
That beat by 18 points.
And that one doesn't show up on here either.
That beat by 18 in the first round to a 12 seed. That's an embarrassment for a loss.
So we don't put that last one on there, Ryan?
What are the options again?
We're going to go with 2022 Iowa State round of 32. Today, High Point round of 64. We will go with JMU round of 64, and then losing to Oregon. And I get where Matt's coming from, but literally that game, it doesn't register.
It shouldn't because you lost by 18 points. That was
the game when they lost to Pritchard. Brevin Pritchard.
Brevin Pritzel, that's your
Brevin
guy.
Pritzel. I'm getting him confused. Kevin
Pritchard,
who plays for the Celtics.
You said it's Brevin Pritchard.
Brevin Pritzel played for the Badgers.
Yes.
I'm getting him confused.
That's
yes. But there's a Pritchard who played for Oregon who now plays for the Celtics. He's a guard.
Okay, I know who you're talking about in the NBA. No, it's Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard.
Kevin.
I don't know.
Yeah, who's Kevin?
Kevin.
Well, he's got Brevin Pritchard. So.
Okay, but that's at least close. I don't know who the hell Kevin is.
I don't know. We'll look it up.
I was like, does he look like Kevin from a sitcom?
Kevin Pritchard
or
Kevin McAllister.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to type his name in there. He's going to be like a baseball player for the Brewers back in 1982 or something.
I mean, probably.
Like
you're old, so it makes sense.
I am old, but I do stay in good shape thanks to the good friends at Carbon World Health. They help me out with their workout facility, cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments. All those are available at Carbon World Health. So go to carbonworldhealth.com to get started on your health journey today. And now I'm going to give away a case of High Life here. So what number should we do?
They lost to a 12 seed for the third time in Greg Gard's tenure. You got to go
123? No.
123.
3 times 12?
What?
No, it's 12 seed 3 times.
Oh, 36. No, we'll go caller number 12.
Caller number 12 wins a case of High Life, which you probably really want. 844-770-3776. Caller number 12 wins a case of High Life. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Because we just can't beat 12.
That's funny, because I remember somebody texting in the other day saying that 6 seeds lose more often to 11 seeds than 5s due to 12s, but yet Wisconsin, 5 seed, not great for them, huh? Maybe, can I get a Molly was right? Like, literally.
Molly was right.
Thank you.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Wisconsin football beginning spring ball practices. The first look at new faces, including transfer quarterback Colton Joseph, a top target for Luke Fickell once the portal period opened. Fickell during his offseason appearance on Wilde and Tausch on what Joseph brings to the Badgers.
We were looking for a guy that obviously can extend plays. We're looking for a guy that has athleticism to get himself out of trouble, that can use his feet when he needs to use his feet, but yet he still has the arm strength. If you're not balanced, you can't be successful.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2032 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2032. Visit PellaWI.com.
There are many reasons why local businesses are frustrated with their current business technology vendor. LSM Chiropractic Business Manager Sarah Pavlik had her reasons.
I would say there was 2 components. The first was the lack of customer service that we were experiencing, and then pricing.
So Sarah, you switched to James Imaging Systems because?
Initially pricing, which was fantastic. Customer service was hands down something that we hadn't experienced with 2 or 3 prior companies.
What else makes James Imaging Systems stand out?
They spoke to us as people and not as just a number. They were actually concerned about what our bottom dollar was and what our needs were.
Bottom line, Sarah?
It allows us to be more efficient. Efficiency is just equivalent to time and money.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Make the switch today. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
I worried about choosing the right two-year college where credits would transfer to UW, but I figured out a great path. At Madison College, I'm in the STEM program. The classrooms are intimate, instructors are engaging, and best of all, I'll be able to transfer to UW debt-free. My advice to others, start your journey here. You won't regret it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
The High Life Dive Bar giveaway is brought to you by Miller High Life. Celebrate local dives with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life.
Congrats to Ryan, our psychedelic advisor, for winning the case of High Life. He'll be living the high life, hopefully sooner than later, to wash down the embarrassment of the Badgers' loss. Or maybe I'm the idiot, because I had this Badger team going to Sweet 16. I thought That was the expectation for this team. That was what I thought this team could do. And you know what? I've been fooled by Luke Fickell, and now I've been fooled by Greg Gard. And different. It's better to be fooled by Greg Gard. But I just think that Badger basketball, to use Molly's word, is capped. I think Sweet 16 is our national championship going forward. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown, primetime Laura shine behind the glass. I talked before about the Bo Ryan standard and comparing to what Greg Gard's doing. So from 2001 to 2015, Bo Ryan, would a typical Bo Ryan season, I just had ChatGPT aggregate it, would be 23-9, 12-6 in the Big Ten, and between a 4 and a 6 seed in the NCAA tournament. And it says here, often making a Sweet 16. We kind of, off of our mind's eye, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And then Greg Gard, it's 19-13 overall, 10-10 in the Big Ten, tournament bubble / like 8 to 10 seed, ceiling round of 32, and floor missing the tournament. And the floor for Bo Ryan was losing in the first.
Did Bo Ryan ever miss the tournament?
Nope.
No.
And Greg Gard has.
Just once.
Just once, okay. Yeah, not
Shouldn't
great.
say just once. He did it once, and he's had half the length of career as Bo Ryan, and Bo Ryan never did it.
How long has Greg Gard been here? Since 2015?
Halfway through
Well,
that. So that
16.
year is kind of like a guard Bo
He
Ryan
took
year.
over during the 15-16 season. So it was, half season.
So 10 years?
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
But I think, here's what I think we have to come to grips with. Greg Gard isn't the problem. Greg Gard is actually the perfect coach, and we just don't want to look at it like that anymore. Paul Chris might have been the perfect coach for Badger football. We'll never know. But I think Greg Gard is the perfect coach for Badger basketball because he's not going to get the funds to be able to compete at a high level, whether it's because our NIL team doesn't know how to raise the proper funds or because the Badgers just aren't going to be a team that has the fan support to raise enough funds. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. It's out of Greg Gard's control. What Greg Gard has been able to do is been able to find really good talent and maximize that talent, but that talent isn't good enough anymore. And I think we need to recalibrate our expectations even more, me included, that to me, Sweet 16 is no longer the floor, it's the ceiling.
So I know we've talked about other sports, right? Like we've talked about Brewers baseball. Thank God that's coming up in a week from today. Now Wisconsin fans have something to look forward to. But like we've talked about that a manager really doesn't matter in MLB, right? Yeah. How much does a coach actually matter in college basketball?
A lot more in college basketball than it would in like professional basketball, I feel like.
Mainly because of the roster building. Mm-hmm. Like he is in charge with his assistants and his staff to acquire these players, track these players.
But he can't build a good roster if he's not given enough money.
Right,
correct?
And that's the new thing now.
Well, yeah.
I honestly think.
And I'm just wondering how you can't blame Greg Gard if you do say that he is a crucial component of building the roster.
I think he's maximizing what he has.
I think he does a good job of it too. And I just want to throw this out there. We had mentioned you had mentioned Greg Gard and the cap and where reevaluating expectations. Realistically, if we moved on from Greg Gard and got some up-and-comer who seems like they're on the right track, we're a stepping stone currently. Like, you might get that one season where you get to the Elite Eight or the Final Four with a bunch of guys because you got a really good coach who had a really good system for them and you truly maximized them. But this isn't the echelon of college basketball anymore. That coach is going to take a better, more prestigious job. Like Greg Gard feels this is his cap. This is his cap. Mm-hmm. This is his ceiling potentially. So I basically what I'm saying is I agree with you. You can't move on from Greg Gard because if you do get that unicorn, they're gone once they have their success, and then you're going to be You're going to be struggling again. Like we have a guy who gets the most out of his players. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he gets the most out of his players in the tournament because you're absolutely right. He does a good job of getting a team that does not have the money and does not have the talent of some of these big major blue blood teams to play well and have a good regular season, but he's consistently fallen short in the tournament. And it'd be one thing if we were the 12th seed and we were losing the 5. Like that's acceptable. That's more acceptable to me. We are the favorites. We were 12.5-point favorites when this line opened and it dropped to 10.5 and you lost, there is something to be said about what is going on in tournaments that we're not able to get over the hump.
But then,
why are we not getting the best of our players in March?
I think that they overperform and we get a higher seed. And I guess that's the case someone was trying to make about High Point, is that High Point is seeded lower than a true 12. And I'm not forgiving the Badgers losing that game, but with NIL, the gap is, again, High Point is closer to the
Because
Badgers.
they're not a major conference. That's why they're never going to be a 5 seed. I suppose Miami, Ohio is undefeated, right? And they're what, a 14?
Right, and that's always been a problem. But now a team like High Point, which was the case someone was trying to make on YouTube, is that they're spending money closer to the Badgers, and the Badgers are spending money closer to Duke. Like the gap between High Point and Wisconsin spending money is not the same, is as almost probably not as big as the gap between Wisconsin and Duke spending money. So the question I have is, because Matt, there's a little bit of fallacy in the idea of what you're talking about, because the Badgers had enough money to get the top players. They would always have enough money to get the top players. So then, yes, that's what Duke and all those teams deal with is everyone leaves and then another guy comes in because you have that coach to do it. The problem with your theory is, the bigger problem is that ain't going to happen. Like, we're never going to have the money consistently. We're never, even if we start to. The theory was that, like, hey, they win games and then you get a great one season and then those players leave. But a great coach would continue to backfill them with the money that they need. Like,
I'm saying the great coach is the one that's leaving, not the players.
He's saying the same thing like
JJ
and
if we
Burnett
moved
was saying
on
before.
from Greg Gard and got an up-and-coming coach,
once they have a good season, then they're
stepping
out.
stone.
But not if you can. That's what NAL fixes. If you can give him the money to compete, then he'd stay. These coaches stay at places and go places because they get paid. Like the NIL part, and now the reason why we can't get a better, I don't even want to use the word better coach, but we can't. We are lucky to have Greg Gard. And I hate to say it like this, but Greg Gard could probably go somewhere else and have more success at a program that would spend more money. And it doesn't have to even be a Power 5 program. He could go do that and go to a St. Louis that would pay him more money and give him more of a basketball budget. And he could go do all that. But he's a Wisconsin guy, and he's staying, and we're lucky to have a guy of his caliber getting paid what he gets paid, willing to work on the budget that he's willing to work on. If Wisconsin came in and said, we're putting our budget closer to Purdue or Michigan, whatever, well, let's say Michigan.
Yeah.
We're putting our budget closer to Michigan. The coach that comes in, Wisconsin could be a destination because they're going to pay that coach big-time money, and then that coach has a big-time budget pool to pick from, guys. So they're not going anywhere. That was the old way of like, yeah, Wisconsin might have been a stepping stone, but now it's about where is the money. Not every school has to be a stepping stone. It's where is the money. And if Wisconsin could pony up the money, then Wisconsin could have all these players.
And also, if anything, High Point is like a stepping stone, right?
Yes.
Like that guy, Johnston, I don't even know what year he is. He could be 35 for all I know, being in college basketball at this point. But like if he has a good tournament here, he's going to get opportunities from schools like Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he could be a Badger
they could be
next
a
year.
destination.
Yeah.
You
if they spend the money.
Threes for us?
I
did misspeak. Miami, Ohio, the undefeated Miami, Ohio is an 11 seed.
Didn't they lose in whatever
They're
their
not
conference
undefeated. They
tournament
did
is?
lose once, and then they had to play
They
their way
lost
into
in the
this.
MAC in their first game of the MAC tournament. Yes,
But didn't they have to play?
They had to
the
play,
MAC.
yeah, they won in the play-in game.
Yeah, they played
on,
in last night.
So regular season they're undefeated and they lost in their tournament. Gotcha.
Yes.
Still
Correct.
Crazy.
Why are you talking about Miami, Ohio?
I'm just saying, like,
he's a big Redhawks fan.
Well,
you got to root
I'm
for
saying
somebody now.
The Badgers get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to seeding as a major conference where you have teams that obviously they don't play the same schedule, but you've got almost undefeated team, regular season undefeated team that's just an 11 seed. So, like, not all of these rankings are necessarily, to Jim's point, like, they might have been a 12 seed High Point, but they're probably not really a 12 seed. They could be a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
and again,
it's
no
all
excuses for the Badgers. They
So
should have won that
Wisconsin
game.
should try to not be as good in the regular season and not do well in the Big Ten tournament, right?
Well, then they're
If we're
in the
saying that
NIT.
if they get a lower,
Then they're in the NIT.
well,
Okay.
yeah, I mean they still have to like perform decently well to get into the tournament.
And I'm saying if you're expecting more out of the Badgers than this,
No, I was
you're
gonna-
effed.
So
I was gonna say we'd also be like
expectation-
annihilating Greg Gard if they got the 12 seed.
Right.
So
Like,
our expectations shouldn't be for the Badger basketball team or the coach. They should be on the school for
Everything
pony
comes
up
back
some
to
more
NIL money, and that Wisconsin does not do enough in the NIL space in order to bring enough money into any of their programs in order to make them a contending team. That is what it comes down to.
The fact that they're able to achieve what they're doing now, to me, is a testament to what Greg Gard is able to do.
Is volleyball or hockey, women's hockey or men's hockey even, are they like contenders for like?
Yes.
Because Kelly Sheffield's bringing in like top like transfers.
Well, yeah, but just
too.
Kelly. You could have
They don't have the money of
best
Badger
coach
football,
in college basketball on the Badgers. He's not going to bring people here without the dollars behind him.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Is volleyball a contender, a top NIL paying team?
No, well, two different things. They are a contender. It's different in volleyball because, one, they're a blue blood at this point. There's only a few blue blood programs, and the Badgers do pay money, and they obviously pay enough to get the top players. So what their budget is, I don't know, but the combination of Sheffield, the atmosphere at Madison, one of the best in volleyball, and the ability to get players in and over again and make Sweet 16 and Final Fours.
I was going to say, they're consistently getting to the Final Four.
That's bringing in the best players combined with money. Like the Badger volleyball team, and same with women's hockey, does not have a problem of not having the top players. And so I don't know. That's a combination of all those things. Those programs.
It's kind of the chicken or the egg.
Yeah, those programs are already established, and they have enough money combined with the establishment and their coach. You're talking Mark Johnson and you're talking Kelly Sheffield.
You could make the argument that our football team and men's basketball team were established prior to NIL, and that didn't carry us over.
I think the haves and have-nots in those sports are not the same as in football and basketball.
Okay. Again, I'm just curious. I'm trying to find a correlation. Like, are the Badgers, one of the volleyball team, one of the top-paying schools, in addition to having all the coaches and stuff, are they in that top 3, 4, 5, where that's why they get some of the best players to come in? And if our football team and our men's basketball team were also in the top 4 or 5 paying, that we would be able to get these players that want to get paid and come here and play?
It's a combination of paying and having the right coach. I think the Badgers have the right coach in basketball. They don't quite have the NIL funds, and they don't have the right NIL funds or the right coach in football.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, they have more than enough.
Ryan.
I mean, come on. We know what Luke Fickell is.
Well, I did. I don't know if you knew, though.
I've known it for
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I've come to
I
accept.
guess you're not Riley.
I've come to accept what Luke Fickell is as a head coach. I think what Kelly Sheffield and Mark Johnson do for women's volleyball and women's hockey, they are far and away the right coach. And then Jim is saying,
and I agree.
Those are also blue blood programs at this point, essentially.
I'm also saying they deserve every dime they're getting. They're the reason we're relevant. I'm just saying, curious, is the correlation with dollars alone? Forget the coaches.
It's not dollars alone, no. You have to have the right coach as well. That is the answer.
I'm not asking about coaches. I'm asking where do they rank amongst the other teams in dollars spent on NIL?
I think volleyball and hockey are probably towards the top in dollars spent, yes.
Okay. That's the correlation I'm looking for, because we know that players, they do care about coaching, but at the end of the day, it's all about the almighty dollar.
Right, and I think you can tell how much money a team spends or a school spends on each prospective sport based on where they end up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like the teams that are going to be in the Final Four this year, most likely, unless it's a Cinderella story, are going to be the top paying teams, right? Same with football.
You'd think.
Well, and we got to get the break here. Molly, here's where we're at now. The Badgers are now a Cinderella story if they ever get to the Final Four for basketball. And that's where we're at. Same with football. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
It's bracket season, and Pizza Hut's got the watch party covered. Score a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, and finished with garlic parm seasoning for that classic pizzeria vibe. Or get the original pan, thin and crispy, or Chicago Tavern style. Big flavor, big savings. Just $10. Your bracket might not survive, but this deal will win it all. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim. This year's Sports and Update brought to you by Zimmer Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. ESPN Madison is your home for all 15 boys basketball WIA state tournaments. Coming up tonight, we got the Division IV semifinals with coverage starting at 6 p.m. available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. It'll be Cambridge taking on Bonduelle and then Milwaukee Juno playing Regis to end the night. Then earlier today, the basketball ended for Badger fans as they fell in the first round of the NCAA Tournament 83-82 against 12-seed High Point. The Badgers lose to a 12 seed for the third time in Greg Gard's tenure as head coach. Badgers legend Frank Kaminsky was on KBN this afternoon. Here's what he had to share about the tenure of Greg Gard as head coach.
You just kind of have to appreciate the season for what it was. They got back to the NCAA tournament. They were a top 5 seed again. But Gardo's a fantastic coach. He really is. He's a guy that can figure it out. I think he's really smart. I think he'll find the guys that come in and play. It's just like you have to find guys that are going to fit your system and not have these lapses come tournament time or NCAA or Big Ten tournament. It's just it's hard to see the past couple of years how it just feels like when the heat gets turned up by another.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin App, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I have a feeling that they're not going to get out of the 64.
You think they're going to lose the High Point?
I don't know. It's literally called March Madness for a reason. It is absolute madness. They're like stranger things have happened. It's just the fear of like they could lose. They're a 5 seed playing a 12 seed. When Wisconsin lost to James Madison, I know you guys said it was the perfect matchup for them to lose. Like they lost and they were a 5 seed and James Madison was a 12 seed. So yes, it could happen.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light at the Mountains of Blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light to drown my sadness.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power in the Everlight Solar Studio alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. We got primetime Laura Sean behind the glass. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. List is more, and you can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Badgers did lose. Nobody's happy about it. We're trying to figure out why. We have a Do we have
trying to figure out why nobody's happy about it, or why the Badgers what?
Why they lost. We know why nobody's happy about it. Unless, I guess, if you pick the Badgers to lose, like in your bracket, if you were so inclined to just be happy about how your bracket
I should have trusted my gut.
You did.
But I didn't. I picked them to lose next round.
I picked on you for 2 days, and you were the correct person. So
yeah,
I'm always right.
We do have the results of our second Citing Unlimited poll question. Speaking of the disappointment, as Jim was referencing, what is the Badgers' most disappointing tournament loss in the Greg Gard era? We had today versus High Point in the round of 64, 2024 versus James Madison in the round of 64, 2022 versus Iowa State in the round of 32, or 2019 versus Oregon in the round of 64. 56% of fans are saying today versus High Point, 29% saying James Madison in 2024, 12% saying Iowa State in 2022, and then 3% saying 2019 versus Oregon. That is the definition of recency bias in those results,
I was going to say, like, who's surprised by the results?
It is a perfect descending, like, bar chart right now on the poll.
So
I will say, on my poll question bracket, I had High Point today definitely winning this poll.
I would agree.
Some more stats to depress Badger fans here. We can reference that again. From College Basketball Report. The Greg Gard in March 2017.
Oh, boy.
Lost in the Sweet 16. They were an 8 seed. It's pretty good. We're good with that one. 2018, they missed the tournament. 2019, they lost in the round of 64 as a 5 seed. I know. 2020, they won the simulated national championship.
Yeah, baby.
But they did lose the last game of the year against Michigan State that would have given them a tie for the Big Ten title. Instead,
just
they lost.
Just a weird year all around.
Yes,
we can just
2021, they lost in the round of 32 as a 9 seed. 2022, they lost in the round of 32 as a 3 seed. 2023, they missed the tournament. 2024, lost in the round of 64. 2025, lost in the round of 32. And 2026, lost in the round of 64.
Brutal. We have a lot of texts on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Do you want me to read some of those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Only if they're nice.
if you before
There's
you
actually a lot going after you, Matt.
shocking.
Weird. Yeah, read
what's
'em.
the line of demarcation here for NIL? Do we call that what?
I was
2023.
going to ask, what year did that begin?
It
Feels longer ago than 3 years ago.
Shortly after COVID, I want to. Yeah, it really started.
Paul Christ was still here.
Yeah, I would say it started kind of like the transfer portal NIL era. It was probably my final year of college.
I was
like
going to say Braylon Allen's freshman year?
Yeah, like 2021, 2022. And then it really ramped up. By the time we hit like 2023, that's when it was like fully enveloped, where it's like transfer portal, NIL, free agency, and college
Actually, it
sports.
doesn't really matter when it started. The Badgers have never made the Sweet
No,
16
they have
in
not.
the NIL era.
But they weren't making it before then either,
I mean,
for being honest.
2017.
2017. Okay, but then it was 4 years between
And then
there.
2020, who
Well,
knows?
they won the simulated
True,
year.
true.
They won that
They
year.
won the ESPN
So-
simulated bracket.
Who knows what
Hang
would
your
happen
head on
that
that
year?
one, guys.
Hang the banner.
Yeah. Anyways, ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Remember, you can always stream us on ESPN Madison YouTube. That's fun. Pip Doc says, so Matt is fine with mediocrity. And he also said, Matt, it's only one guy going after you, bummer. But he says, Matt, stop. Gard has been here for 10 years already. Lags says, yeah, NIL wasn't the reason Bucky lost to a mid-major that had never beat a Power 4 program before today. After leading by 10 with 6 minutes left, this has been a decade of such underachieving. And then Pip Doc also says, 10 years of first-round exits. Any coach who did that at a basketball school would be canned, period, end of story.
First weekend exits,
Yes.
but I know what he said.
Did he say first round? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, first round. This is the first round.
This one is. We've gotten to the second round.
Okay, I get you.
First weekend exits.
There you go. And then BMB says, what are the standards at Wisconsin? Is the program okay with this?
All right, so I think we all can agree today, no matter what, you got to win this one.
Yeah.
Like, if we're having this conversation after Arkansas, you're really Greg
can
Gard's in the
stomach that
clear.
loss.
Especially since you were up big in this game. You were up at 10. The game was back and forth throughout, but you still were up
They were
10.
like 15.
And
Felt
you
like
were,
they could never put him away. They were
Right.
always just nagging at. They're nipping at the heels.
and this is where the complete lack of defense the Badgers have had the last few years bites them, because you have to just outscore everyone, which can get exhausting, which your shots can run cold, and then you're
And boy,
bleeped.
it was the first game where he just wasn't finishing all those layups that he almost always finishes. The tough ones at the rim, they just weren't there today.
Yeah, so disappointing day all around. Like, there's no way to sugarcoat today's loss. But in general, to the question about what are we accepting, I'm sorry. I just think that Sweet 16 at this point, for all intents and purposes, we should be looking at the Sweet 16 for Badger basketball as our national championship.
Until something changes with how we spend NIL dollars or get NIL dollars, that is our ceiling.
Yeah.
I would agree.
All right, this is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, featuring 2026 curling national champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Wisconsin weather doesn't wait, and neither should you. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we make upgrading your home simple. Right now, order today and get 0% interest until 2032. You heard me right. 0% interest all the way until 2032. Upgrade your windows and doors now and pay over time without paying interest. With our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your investment. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. 3/31/2026.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like the Shack Bar and Grill, the Bristled Boar, Baldwin Street Grill, Rips Bar, and Mount Vernon Tap.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European. The all-new 2026 Audi Q3 has arrived at Audi Madison. Lease the all-new 2026 Audi Q3 Quattro for $579 per month for 36 months. Offer is only available until March 31st. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to browse and see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
I'm Coach Greg Gard, and I've spent my career teaching young men the fundamentals of basketball: preparation, hard work, teamwork. But here's what else I've learned. Those fundamentals don't apply just to the court. They apply to life, and they apply to your finances. That's why I believe in Bank CMG. They're a community bank built on the same values, helping people prepare for the future, building wealth one smart decision at a time, and staying rooted right here in Wisconsin. Success doesn't happen by accident. It takes a game plan, it takes discipline, and it takes a partner who understands your goals. Whether you're saving for your family, buying a home, or planning for retirement, Bank CMG has your back. They're not just here to handle your money, they're here to help you grow it. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
You buy one, we buy the other. Thanalysis Live is one of the biggest events in Wisconsin sports, and we don't want anyone to miss out. You buy one ticket, and ESPN Wisconsin is going to buy the other. Be there for the night that will have everyone talking March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Thanalysis Live is a completely unpredictable show with Thanasis Antetokounmpo and surprise guests. Were you there when Stephen A. Smith joined, or when Bobby Portis brought down the house? Where were you sitting when Giannis walked on stage? Thanalysis Live is a can't-miss show. TALiveshow.com is where you can get tickets and enter code ESPNWI BOGO at checkout. That's ESPNWIBOGO when you check out. ESPN Wisconsin BOGO. The stars will be out. Woo! And so should you. Buy one, get one for Thanalysis Live on March 27th at the Riverside Theater. TALiveshow.com. Again, that code is ESPNWIBOGO.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge. We got Matt Hamilton with us as well in the Everlight Solar Studio. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Obviously, earlier today, there was KBN on, and Frank Kaminsky joined them on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America and now officially in Wisconsin. And Frank had this to say about Greg Gard.
You just kind of have to appreciate the season for what it was. They got back to the NCAA tournament. They were a top 5 seed again. But Gardo's a fantastic coach. He really is. He's a guy that can figure it out. I think he's really smart. I think he'll find the guys that come in and play. It's just like you have to find guys that are going to fit your system and not have these lapses come tournament time or NCAA or Big Ten tournament. It's just it's hard to see the past couple of years how it just feels like when the heat gets turned up by another team, they just kind of wilter away and there's no like camaraderie.
So that could be an NIL issue. There could be a million things there, but I think we all agree. If I'm ranking the problems, Greg Gard is not high on the list.
Where is he ranked?
I'm going with the Badgers' lack of ability to get NIL as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
And then I guess then Greg Gard. But to me, it's the number one thing here is the NIL is a disaster. If nothing else, I think the Badgers could be more efficient with it.
So Gard is 6.
Yes.
I thought Nick Boyd was their savior, though, Jim.
I
They're
was
supposed
wrong.
to get to the Sweet 16
They were
with
able-
Nick
I was
Boyd.
wrong.
Nick Boyd! What is it? What's dude's name?
Chuck Norris Fox?
Yeah, Chuck
Yeah,
Norris.
yeah,
Like, you had this guy on, like, a massive pedestal.
I know. I was wrong. I was wrong about this Badgers team
I
getting
would
to
also
Sweet
say
16.
I would also say they have the NIL to go get the top level starters that they need, like Nick Boyd and John Blackwell. They don't have the NIL to fill out the rest of the roster.
Or a big.
Exactly. Austin Rapp is a nice 3-point shooter for a big.
He's not
Nolan
a
Winters
true
developed.
big, though.
No.
No.
Nolan Winters developing, but still not there. And then, after that, then you have Alexis Bieliauskas, who usually doesn't look like he belongs on the court, if I'm being honest.
Yep. And then you got Garlic, Garlock, excuse me. But he
Garlic.
He doesn't have the best ability to move his feet.
He's also very young too.
Yes.
They did not have the NIL money to go out and get the bigs they needed.
A big would have been good.
I was going to say, when was the last time that they had a true big?
Ethan Happ. Probably.
No.
I wouldn't say Tyler Wall was a true. Micah Potter was pretty good.
Those guys all just seem so like.
Reavers was solid.
Potter and Reavers was probably the.
You
probably
just
Potter
messed
was
up the guy's name.
I
That
said
means he
Robbers.
wasn't even solid.
Oh come on, Molly.
I go Potter. Potter was probably the last one.
Potter and Reavers were here at the same time. They were a decent front court.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Because like Happ was honestly a type of player the Badgers never recruited, and haven't recruited since. It was like 1962 Kevin McHale.
What are you laughing at, Molly?
It literally has nothing to do with the show. I am watching like the bottom screen of the TV of CBS News right now. And, like, I have watched way too much SNL.
Oh boy!
Of, like Colin Jost doing an impersonation of like somebody
Did you
in the
see
government,
that?
and it's hilarious.
Yes, it's dead on. It is dead on.
I can imagine it. I can imagine it.
I think we all can agree that I can't tell what's real news and what's SNL news anymore.
Did the Badgers actually lose to a 12 seed today, or was that fake news? I don't know.
Exactly. But we do know we're going to play Molly's game.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
Alrighty, guys. So, you guys pointed out my U of A sweatshirt, University of Arizona. As they play tomorrow, they take on Long Island University, which I did not even know was a school.
Fins up!
Oh, that's them.
Yeah. Battle of the Iced Tea.
Which is so weird.
The Sharks.
Do you see how
I love
silly
seeing it in person.
Yes.
Do it again.
Fins up!
Nice.
Right. That is the happiest that I've seen Ryan all day.
But also he claps like a toddler. Like,
he does.
I wanted to stay in the YouTube stream. I want people to be able to see me.
Like if my son Tyson is watching, Tyson, I know that you know your name. You can hear me through YouTube right now. He watches me every day. Do it right now, Tyson. Go fins up.
Tyson,
do it.
Fins up.
That's wild. Anyways.
Battle of the Iced Tea.
Battle of the Iced Tea.
Arizona Iced Tea or Long Island Iced Tea?
all right.
Which can I say? I was at Walgreens 2 days ago at the 3rd Street Market Hall where our ESPN Milwaukee office is, and it was 99 cents. I did not look at the can, though, because they have the containers, the freezers, fridges, where the teas would be. They have them locked, so I can't spin the thing around to see if it's a 99-cent can. So
you didn't ask him to open it up? I just needed to spin this around.
no, but do you know the other thing? Side note, I know it's Molly's game, but God, you guys, I tried to go buy Tylenol the other day there. All they had was Tylenol PM. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll get Advil, even though I've never taken Advil. I don't even know if it helps with your headaches or not. All it was Advil PM. I'm like, Jiminy Christmas, I'm not trying to go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, but anyways.
One more side note. I always feel pressure if I ask someone, like, I can't, like, window shop if someone has to open it up for me.
Nope, you got to buy it.
Yeah.
You are pressured to buy it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing. Arkansas would have beaten the snot out of the Badgers, as they're up 93-74 over Hawaii.
I mean, it's also Hawaii.
Yeah, but...
Do you think, so would Wisconsin have gotten beat by Hawaii?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Says everything you need to know about this Wisconsin Badgers team. Anyways, number 16, Long Island University, takes on number 1, Arizona, tomorrow. University of Arizona is favored by 30.5 points. What do you guys think about that line? Matt?
Give me the Sharks. Fins up!
You're going too high there, Matt. You're going too high.
I don't care if the
shark.
streamers can't see me. I don't care if the streamers can't see me.
Jim?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Fins up.
Do it.
Fins up!
You just say it in like a child's voice too. I think that's like the big part. And like the way that you like clap your palms together, you do it like like do it again.
Fins up! Fins up!
Okay, so that's your answer?
He does. He does it like palms first.
Yeah.
I want
Wait, show us how you clap. Okay.
Oh, he turns his hands.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't. But
clap
when
like
you
that.
fins up,
I go lower like this.
I've never clapped like that. I always turn my hands.
No, you
up.
can't go like this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like,
Well, you said like you
That's
turned
like
his
how
hands.
well, that's
That's
how
how
he
my
does it.
baby-
Like
Oh,
this,
gotcha,
he keeps it
Because
straight.
it's
and
supposed to look like a
that's why he's-
fin. It's got to look
Wait,
like a fin.
that's so interesting
Like a
that we
shark?
all clap
Yeah.
different. Like I go like lower like golf
Oh,
clap,
no.
but like not so like Soft? I go like down.
I overlap.
Yeah,
Crisscross
same.
applesauce.
That's crazy.
Crisscross.
Weird.
You know what none of us are doing? Clapping for the Badgers. But we'll be clapping for Long Island. Fins up!
Can you make that a drop on this show, please? Please and thank you.
You gotta have the visuals. I think.
I don't know when we're good. No, Ryan, the way you do it, the audio is really good.
That's all we need.
Fins up!
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty good.
We're like a cult.
Yeah.
Every time that I say fins up,
Other
you gotta
than
clap your
Molly,
hands.
are we all cheering for Long Island tomorrow?
Of course.
No, one of you has Zona going all the way. Who is
I
it?
do.
It's you?
I do have Arizona
so you're
going all the way.
cheering for them.
I don't care
You're
about my bracket
anti-fins up.
anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Dead.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Honestly, the rest of this basketball weekend is kind of a relief now, at least. It's just like, it's just for fun now.
I get
Everything's
that.
just for the walls in the bracket.
Next one here, guys. Michigan versus Howard. Over under 151.5 total points. Jim, what do you think?
I'll go over.
I'll go under.
I'll go under as well. Michigan's a good defensive team.
Ready? And last one here, guys. Another 12 seed versus 5 seed. Ryan, I'm curious where you are with this one.
12.
Northern Iowa takes on St. John's. Will we see another upset there, Ryan?
No, I got St. John's going to the Final Four
Yeah.
in my ESPN bracket, so I'm going to have Rick Pitino's squad getting it done.
We found out that 12 seeds win 25% of the time. They've got their 25% right now. You got to take the favorite. I'll take St. John's.
Also, is it weird that I still think Rick Pitino, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still think that he coaches at Louisville. Like, that's just in my brain.
I didn't know where you're going
especially because he's at St.
He
John's.
still gives free Adidas away to
Similar
kids
color.
or whatever that whole story was.
There was a lot of other stuff going on at Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't get into it. Jim, who do you
My computer's frozen, so I would look it up.
It involves things that Ashley would not want us to talk about.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
Jim,
gonna
who
get
do
on
you
my
have
straw
winning?
man.
What do you have winning, Jim?
I have
Please
Mr.
pick
Pitino.
Northern Iowa.
Mr. Pitino. Mr. Burger King. Mr. Pitino. Or is it Denny's? I can't remember.
Oh, is this like a Tiger Woods? Denny's? No?
No, different situation.
Can you feel it? The thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a 12 seed beating a 5 seed, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling, and there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. It's Potawatomi Sportsbook. You can catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxury seating, great food, a fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. You can become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. You must be 21 to enter the casino.
Fins up!
Oi!
This is Jim at Molly.
Metro Kia of Madison hoy.
Oh my gosh, Jim, that is just terrible.
I was trying to go like loud and big.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I hit the octave lower than I should have. But I am a big believer in like
Helping
something
wounded animals.
horrendous.
No. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Spring is here, and living with your old, drafty, foggy, dirty, hard-to-open, bad windows is no longer an option. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through March 22nd, our listeners can get 40% off all Iron Jock hoodies with the code HOODIE40. That's HOODIE 40. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app.
This loss is as painful to Packer fans as you can ever imagine.
A customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your shows at the touch of a fingertip. Available in Apple and Android app stores.
I have no evidence behind that whatsoever. It's just a feeling I have, and that might just be because I'm scared of this rivalry in the playoffs.
Your one-stop shop for ESPN Wisconsin. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today. Green Bay Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, Jim Rutledge.
Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer
Matt Hamilton. Help me out. Who is that?
Wisconsin football analyst.
You know what? It feels like Molly's the only one that's being sincere about that. So, Molly, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
That is Mark Tauscher's theme music. That means Mark Tauscher is joining us now on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, and now officially in Wisconsin. And, Mark, I don't know if it's Coors Lights or if it's Yuenglings, but, man, people are not happy, and I feel like the rest of tonight will be consuming some beer, trying to wash away that Badger performance. Where's your head at after that?
Sad. Yeah, I'm sad. I know I was texting with some buddies and angry. If some are angry, and I'm not angry. I'm just bummed and I'm sad because I invested. I just was invested. I really liked this team. It was fun. They scored a bunch. They weren't the best defensive group, and you kind of knew that you were going to be in every game. You were going to be able to score, and if you're hitting threes, I don't know what. I haven't even looked at any of the stats. I know, High Point obviously shot it well in the back half of the second half, but I agree. I listened to some of Greg's comments, and we did not play a bad game offensively. We scored what it was 82 points, but the things that caught up with us in some of our other games that we would lose, that we had all these great wins, but we had some bad losses, and you hope that you kind of flush that and you figure things out. And unfortunately, giving up layups, not being able to rebound as well as we needed to. That was the part. That's why we got beat today, in my opinion, is that, the offensive rebounds and the fact we couldn't, clean up and get moving the other way. So I'm bummed. I'm sad. And I'm really just sad that it's over, because I really did think this team had the makeup. You always hear good guard play, good backcourt. You have that. You have the bigs that can shoot it. You felt like things had kind of lined up, and unfortunately that was not the case.
Hey, Mark, what do you think the...
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
You make him nervous, Tausch.
Yeah, I think you're great. Thanks for coming on the show.
That was it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Remember that time when you were on the Badgers? That was so awesome.
Cool. As a band in a river and things like that.
What do you think the biggest hurdle for the Badgers that they're going to have to get over to get to a Sweet 16 again? Like, what's the issue that's largest lying in front of this basketball team?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you think, well, do you have enough scoring? We did this year. We never really, I think, got our claws into being a really good defensive team. And can you get a stop when you need it? I know there were some games that we were able to find ways to win, but we'd have to score 90. And it makes it really difficult. So the tournament it's a crapshoot. You have to shoot it well, and the way college basketball is now, the idea of, and I heard Frank on KBN, kind of discussing that, having that kind of that fortitude to weather storms and to lean on chemistry and to do that, it's just really tough to do in today's climate. So I don't have an answer as far as, well, this is the magic pill, other than trying to build something and really keep your core together. And then hopefully you have some, players that come in and fit in really well, and everything meshes, and you're able to make the plays at the end of these games that you need to do, because it doesn't matter how good of a team you are. You're going to have to, win late. You're going to have some set things. And I think the thing that was probably the most troubling is we're so dependent on the three-point shot. Did we have options? And I thought we'd made some plays. Winter did some nice things in the post. You did some pick and rolls. You got some easy hoops. So that's kind of the key to it. So there's a lot of luck to it, but obviously having something that you can lean on and have when the money is on the table to go to it, well, you need to have somebody to do that. And I guess today we just didn't.
Tausch, I have a tough time believing or not believing that everything in terms of the amount of success that Wisconsin athletics has had, not just basketball, other programs too, comes back to the lack of money in the and the NIL funds. What do you think?
Yeah, I just don't see it that way for this team. I mean, football, obviously, we've decided and done some things that we've ramped up and able to, pass. I don't know if that bill has passed yet, but you can never.
I believe it did, 17 to 16, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's signed, but it's passed. Yeah.
So obviously, resources help with everything, but I don't know. I don't know where we are in the spend. I think we're in the middle of the pack in the Big Ten in spend. Ohio State, I think, is higher. They got knocked out. I didn't think this team was lacking talent. I mean, that's really what that comes down to, is do you have enough talent? And I think Greg Gard has done a fantastic job of identifying guys in the portal that can come in, and then he's kept his two of his best players from last year, paid him a significant amount of NIL to keep him. And, this team had a heck of a season. They didn't have a heck of a postseason. And in college basketball, nobody really cares about anything but the postseason. And that's so how you address that moving forward, I'm sure, just like in every other business, the cost of business goes up. And you're going to have to continue to try and figure that out. But I don't think this loss today was that we didn't have the right talent or that we didn't spend enough to bring in the right players. I don't think that's what this was. Maybe I'm wrong, but they had enough talent to go into Michigan. They had enough talent to go into Illinois. There was plenty of talent to beat some of the top teams in the country. We just didn't have enough today to get by High Point.
And Mark, I agree with you on the top tier talent. And you see that in the tournament in general, that the last couple of years has become more chalk than ever, that these teams that make the deep runs, they're just deeper. And Wisconsin has top end talent like maybe they used to, but they're just not as deep as they used to be. And that's the part where, and I think we are very lucky to have Greg Gard, because I think Greg Gard is the perfect coach for Wisconsin, because he's willing to, and he's capable of winning with a budget that some other schools might not have to force him to do. Like, he is willing to go out there and find ways to win and find the players and put in all the extra work to win on a budget. But I've just lowered my expectations that, I thought this team made Sweet 16, but at this point, if the Badgers made a Final Four, they're, to me, basically a Cinderella going forward, or any school like Wisconsin that isn't spending blue blood money on the basketball program.
I'd have to take a look to see how things have played out. Obviously, the last couple of years, there's been, a lot of 1 and 2 seeds, but I really think the reason everybody loves this tournament is because it's so random. There are staples, but the beginning, the first couple, I mean, Duke is in a battle. Duke, I don't think anybody spends more money than Duke.
Yep.
And Siena had him on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And could they get knocked off by somebody? Absolutely. But yeah, there's no question. And to Molly's question about NIL, yeah, the depth and having a rotation of 9 or 10 guys that you love and that you can lean on is definitely better than having a 6 or 7 person rotation. But when you start looking back at our Final Four teams, I don't know what maybe played 7 or 8 guys. That was pretty much when you get to that point. You need to have your guys. Everybody needs to have a role. And maybe this year we didn't have enough role players. But when I just start thinking back to some games, Rapp, obviously, in the Michigan game, the big Lithuanian, as old boy called him last week, because I don't want to butcher his name, Biliauskas.
Billy, apparently, is what Ryan told me to call him.
What is it, Billy?
Billy. It's easy.
Yeah.
You're not going to mess it up.
Biliauskas is his last name. Just
Billy.
Call him Billy.
Biliauskas. So there's been enough guys. Has it been consistent enough? That's the thing with this team this year. You want to have consistency, and we knew that our backcourt was going to score. They did that today.
So Tom,
was there enough on everybody else? And I really just look at it. We did not have enough rebounding, and it's 1 or 2 of those. If we were able to secure it, who knows if the game ends up being different.
the Badgers got out-rebounded 40-37 for what it's worth. But so you said that you believe that Greg Gard is the guy that can do the job. You don't think that he's the problem?
Absolutely. No, I do not. And I know there's a lot of Badger fans that have been kind of riding that Greg's great, fire Gard. Like I've seen those memes on social media and everything else. Greg Gard gets it. I think with the scenario he's in, I thought he has maneuvered the NIL and the portal and everything else about as good as you could hope. And I know we're all sick with the result today, and I'm sure just think of all of the time and energy that he's put in. Just imagine how sick he is. I feel bad because he is a wonderful human being, and he's a very good basketball coach. I think anybody that doesn't agree with that, I have a hard time seeing your logic. It is disappointing. And yes, we want to be Sweet 16s and we want all of these great things, but the consistency that Greg has brought to this program in a time where there's so much inconsistency, I think I don't know who would be stepped up and be doing a better job than Greg Gard. And I know today is not the day to be making that argument, but that's how I feel.
And I'm with you, Tausch. We appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
You bet, guys.
That's Mark Tauscher, brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Jim, literally, you're not Kim Kardashian. You're not Kylie Jenner. Nobody cares about, your walk and talk videos. That's what I don't get. I give you props for having the confidence, but, at some point, your confidence needs to be, knocked down a little bit, so then you just, stop doing it. I can't.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin App, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love ZOA Energy. It's made with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so I get that boost I need without the crash or jitters. Plus, there are tons of great flavors. It's vegan, gluten-free, and even low in sugar, so it fits right into my busy, health-conscious routine. So grab a ZOA Energy, fuel your body, focus your mind, and take on your day like a champ.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Steady. Ah, I hit my thumb.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Did you swear that you'd get that house project done ages ago and now it's causing you real pain? From leaky faucets to light fixtures, let our handyman team at Bruner Realty fix it all. Fast, friendly, and without the agony. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com.
Madison, it's time to finish strong. April 2nd is the final Love Madison home match of the season. One last night of elite professional volleyball. One last chance to feel the speed, the power, and the electricity inside the arena. No more second chances. It's front row or FOMO. Your choice. Be there for the intensity, the energy, and the final point at home this year. Get your tickets now at lovemad.com/tickets. That's lovemad.com/tickets.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, featuring 2026 curling national champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin App, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes, no more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis, maybe, or the deep threes from Miles Turner, and catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucksplus.com, Bucks.com/plus, or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts, including the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I want to get to this real quick. David Scharfman maybe just encapsulated all Badger basketball fans. Friend of the show, David Scharfman. Today, from Just the Cheese, I'm not just doxing him, that's how he's known. Today is my annual reminder why I don't give a bleep about UW basketball.
Preach.
I think that's kind of the
I
circle
needed
this time
the
of year.
reminder before today. Tell me this like 3 days ago, and I don't get my hopes up, and I don't have to live in that like.
I did tell you this 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Molly did. You just didn't listen to Molly.
Hit the clip, Ryan. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you have it. He can try. We'll see if he's.
'Cause we just can't be 12s.
That's funny because I remember somebody
That is funny,
texting in the other day saying that 6 seeds lose more often to 11 seeds than 5s due to 12s, but yet Wisconsin 5 seed not great for them, huh? Maybe can I get a Molly was right? Like literally, that
Molly
wasn't the
was
clip
right.
I was looking for. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, that was today.
Savage. But I did say the other day that Wisconsin was.
Oh,
there's a
you
chance.
wanted that clip.
It's okay.
Shout
That
out
was-
to
that
Ryan
was
for
good
having
enough.
that one ready to go.
Okay.
All
No,
right.
that was good.
Yeah.
Good for you, Ryan. I'm not mad.
Good
All
enough.
right. Well, if Molly wants all her credit.
Because we just can't beat
Huh,
12s.
that's funny because I
wrong
remember
one.
somebody texting in the other day saying that 6 seeds lose more
This is the
often
same
to.
one.
Oh, sorry. They just all melded together. I guess. I don't know. Molly's just right so often.
Oh, my
I
God.
have a feeling they're not going to get out of the 64. Just
You
'cause
think
the
they're
whole
going to lose the
5-12?
high point?
I don't know. It's literally called March Madness for a reason. It is absolute madness. They're like stranger things have happened. Just the fear of like they could lose. They're a 5 seed playing a 12 seed.
Oy.
When Wisconsin lost to James Madison, I know you guys said it was the perfect matchup for them to lose. Like they lost and they were a 5 seed and James Madison was a 12 seed. So yes, it could happen. Facts. Molly was right.
It could happen.
Maybe, can I get a Molly was right?
I didn't
Molly
hear
was
any
right.
declaration
All right,
that they were going to lose.
Because you guys were all so confident that they weren't. Everybody texting in was saying, oh, Molly, being pessimistic. You literally told me.
I did.
Being pessimistic, Molly, blah, blah, blah. No, I was just saying, it could happen. Stranger things could happen. It's March Madness, people.
Yeah, I'm not going to get out here and dictate how someone gives the take. The take got out there.
I'm not going to tell her she was wrong if the Badgers won, though. She said it could happen, and that's what she would have hung her hat on.
No, and I'm not happy with the Badgers. I said this the other day.
No, I'm not saying you're happy. I'm not saying you're
He
happy.
just really doesn't want you to get credit for the take.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I don't need credit. The other day I said it could happen. I had a feeling it could happen, but I filled out my bracket today and I said that they were going to lose in the round of 32 because that to me seemed more realistic than them losing in the round of 64 because I figured, Jim hypes up this Nick Boyd guy and look at it. Look what this team does.
Idiot. Why do you listen to me? All right, let's throw some stones.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Molly was
There's
right.
my first problem. Thank you.
Exactly. I'll tell you exactly what you went wrong.
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
I love that Matt was just trying to be like super quiet during
He's
that
so
part,
stealthy.
but
He
yet
was.
he slammed the door earlier in the show, and then he just did it again just now when he walked out.
Yeah, now that he just walked in the control room. It wasn't too subtle, I would say, either. But he did bring in
what is this?
Go
Just
ahead.
like Matt gets credit for giving you a present
I
segment
don't
here?
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. All I know
Matt
is that
said he brought in a present
There,
today
it's
for
going to
Ryan.
slam again. There it is.
It was
All right.
it was like 3:15 when we were finishing our jump around extra reaction show to the Badgers losing to High Point. Then I just see Matt's head poking the control room. Hey Ryan, I got a present for you, buddy. And I was like, I don't want to hear anything about it right now, Matt. The Badgers just
Ryan
lost.
is spiraling
And then
out.
I was spiraling just listening to Riley also
That's
spiral.
why I thought
It's
a
cathartic.
present would make him feel better.
So why did you bring a present? Is there any actual reason?
Well, there was a reason.
See it on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. It's just
Yes.
a giant like gingerbread man wrapped present.
Very
Now I will
man-
say I
very
didn't
man
bring
wrapped.
it. I didn't
Yes.
bring it wrapped.
Yes, it
That
is.
was the wrapping that was from the back of your desk.
It's like barely taped together even. It's
It
just
was-
like wrap. It's
You know
just
how
like
we like
folded.
decorated the desk?
Yeah.
There was still gift wrap.
So you
on
came
Ryan's
in with
desk.
an unwrapped present to give to Ryan?
Yeah.
much.
Well, the other day Ryan was a little bit jealous when I gave you some homemade hot sauce.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
I know.
Yeah,
Which
and that
is
was
good.
like
I've been
off
using it a
air.
lot.
That was just in the
And
office.
it is really good.
I didn't know
right?
you were jealous. I thought you gave him some.
No,
I mean, I
he got to
sampled some.
sample it.
Oh.
This is a giant
He got
like
to sample
box though.
Yeah,
This isn't,
open it up.
like, this isn't hot sauce.
Was Ryan's tongue on my hot sauce?
No, I didn't.
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Jesus. Get your
You
mind
know
out
how
of
a
the gutter.
baby
No,
takes a
I'm-
bottle?
Oh my
Yeah,
what it
exactly.
is.
That's why I was
That's
like,
also not what happened. You know, it's in a bottle. You just pour some out
Yeah.
onto like your
on your finger and then what, touch your eye? No, you don't.
I
Touch
touched
your
my
eye?
What?
Don't you take a hot sauce through the eye?
Yeah, clearly, right?
No, like you literally aren't supposed to touch hot sauce because like if you end up touching
Well,
your
then I
face
wiped
or
it.
your
I
eye.
wiped it off. I mean, I'm not a child.
I know, but it doesn't like wipe off after you lick. Anyways, continue.
All right, I'm unwrapping the present now on the
Yeah,
ESPN
it's taking you
Madison
long
YouTube.
enough. God, it's like watching the person at Christmas when they take so long.
There's
And
like a
it's like, dude, just open your present.
We got
piece
caught
of
up
wrapping
talking hot
paper.
sauce. Now I'm
All right,
finally
I think we're
unfolding
exaggerating the
it.
length here. All right.
That's what these two do on a daily basis. What is it?
It is a Flamin' Hot Sauce Advent Calendar
There
from
you go.
Berman's Hot Sauce. I've never seen or heard of this.
Is that expired?
No.
That's from 2020.
Yeah, no kidding. Best
He
before
found it in his basement.
best before March 15th, 2027. So
Okay,
it is-
Okay,
so
you got a
time.
year.
All right, yeah, there you go.
May contain fish, wheat, sesame, and soy.
I wish
Nuts.
it said nuts.
Fish.
No nuts. I checked. No nuts.
That would have been hilarious. Yeah, there's some really interesting hot sauce. There's chipotle hot sauce, red hot sauce, jalapeno hot sauce, chocolate chipotle hot sauce.
Ew.
It's smoked chipotle, green hot, whiskey habanero.
I haven't had that one,
It's
but
like a mole.
I like
yeah,
mole
I guess. Smoked garlic, sweet chipotle. This is a lot of hot sauce, man.
you said you liked hot sauce.
okay,
and
I don't
was
think
like,
I like it this much.
Right.
And I have so much hot sauce in my house. I had that advent calendar. I was like, you know who might want some hot sauce today?
You know what we should do is whoever loses for the ghost pepper caramels here that we have should
Only
have
one
to
of them
put
up.
like we should have to put like
Hot
dabs
sauce
of
on
hot
it?
sauce
Yeah.
on it.
I mean, what? You
Just
gotta
poop your
open the
brains out.
advent calendar to find out I don't know where all of these hot sauces
Wait,
are.
actually, I think Ryan might be able to find the sounder of if someone had to do the caramel with
No, it's the Devon one.
No, it's
Isn't it?
It's the Ric Flair.
Ric Flair?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was like the one of like Devon like.
Yeah, Molly was thinking of this one.
That first, and then.
That is not an actual fart, though. It does sound like one. That is just Devin Robinson, Badgers volleyball legend, just putting her hands over her mouth and making a fart noise. And that is what it sounded like.
It was rough.
I guarantee it was.
That is a good way to get out of a fart. Anytime you're making fart noises, when you have to let it rip.
What?
If you're just like, I have to let this rip, and then just
What if you run out of breath? Drawers. Or like you're done down there though. Then you're just like making the noise, and all of a sudden it stops. And then you're still making the noise somewhere else. My God.
Well, that's why you just keep faking it.
Yeah.
Jim, do you feel like a winner after this conversation?
Obviously. That's why I'm going to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, because that's where winners go. Millions of dollars. And they love being associated with this. I'll tell you that much right now. Millions of dollars won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and win yourself millions of dollars. We'll be back at it tomorrow. By we, I mean me and Matt. Molly's out tomorrow.
Fun.
She's at her day.
On
Prime,
a
are you
panel.
here? Ooh, fancy.
Yes, I'm
Big
here.
time.
All right.
Nice.
All right, this is Jim Matt Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.